Hello, my panda pals. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we are talking part 1 of what happened on 90 Day Fiancé, Season 11, Episode 4. So, buckle it up, and let's get this shit show started. Let's check in with Greg and Joan. It's a new day, and Greg and Joan wake up in Lucille's house, in a bed Lucille paid for, in the sheets that Lucille washed and laid out for them.
You missed me?
Oh my God, I missed you like crazy. Can't wait to squeeze that booty.
There was no concern about intimacy last night because Joan pretty much passed the fuck out as soon as she laid down. But Greg is like, Mommy dearest is gonna have to take a trip somewhere because little Greg is horny as fuck.
I think maybe she'll have to take a little bit of a vacation. Even just for a few days, it would help out a lot around here, you know?
Joan tells him that living with his mom is pretty uncomfortable and they really need to focus on getting into a house of their own. And Greg is like, oh yeah, 100% my top priority. Which is cool if you forget the fact that this man has never formulated a plan in his entire life.
Renting a place here is not like in Uganda, you know, where it costs $300-400 a month. Here, it's quadruple that.
Greg is like, I know we need our own place, but this is just what it is right now, and we just have to suck it up.
To be honest with you, if I did move out, I would definitely miss my mother a lot. You know, it would be crazy, but that's okay.
Greg goes downstairs to make sure Mommy Dearest is cooking breakfast, and she's like, so where's Joan? And he's like, she's in the shower. And then Lucille is like, wait, she took a shower yesterday.
She is taking a shower.
Again?
She takes a lot of showers.
There goes my water bill. I'll have to put a little timer on there.
His mom is like, listen, I'm not making a big deal out of nothing, okay? You do not pay your own bills, so you do not know what I'm talking about.
Listen, when you have your own house and you start paying your bills, you'll see how conscious you become of everything.
This is very true. I remember when I was a kid, I never understood why my mom didn't get Lucky Charms because they were only $3, and to my baby ass, that sounds like nothing. But then I went to college and worked a minimum wage job, and I had to pay for my rent, my phone bill, my school supplies, yada, yada, yada. And then I was like, oh, so this is what it feels like to be broke as hell. I really don't need cereal. I'll just fill up on water. So Joan comes out and Lucille immediately starts to grill her about her shower.
Gregory says you'd like to take a lot of showers.
Yeah,
How many a day?
something like 3.
Damn! 3? In a day? Joan tells us that in Uganda, not everyone has cars, so she has to take a shower multiple times a day because she is constantly sweating.
I don't know how it works here in America. They don't need to take 2 showers a day. In my country, since it's always hot, I have to take 2 showers.
Now, while I do get both sides, I don't think it's completely unfair for Lucille to be asking Joan to either keep her showers short or to once or twice a day, especially considering that A, they are not in Uganda, and B, neither of them are contributing any money to the household bills. Greg is like, oh my God, I didn't even know you had to pay for water.
I thought it was free. Kind of like when you throw your laundry down the basement and all of a sudden it just comes back clean and folded, right?
And Lucille is like, yeah, you have to pay for water and electricity. And Greg is like, damn, who would have known? Any adult who is no longer suckling on their mother's teat. That is who would have known.
You could just help Gregory keep his room tidy and...
Help him? You mean just do it for him? Cause lady, you helped him clean his room before Joan got here. And that was just you cleaning up half the room and him not doing shit about the other half. He literally waited for Joan to get there from Uganda to ask her if she could clean it for him.
I love Greg so much, but I'm not here to look after him. Lucille does everything for Greg. If I'm going to be his wife, Greg needs to grow up.
Listen, it is fine if you want to take the time to train a 35-year-old man to be a fully functioning adult, right? And honestly, Greg seems like a very nice guy. It just feels like a lot of work to me, okay? Like the man is overly dependent on his mother. He lacks drive and work ethic. He doesn't have a sustainable source of income. Like, girly, this is gonna be a lot of work. You're gonna have to build this man from the ground up by yourself. The two head to the grocery store, and Joan loves how big and bright and organized everything is.
You enter in a supermarket and you think you are in a mall. The more beautiful they look, the more expensive stuff.
Joan is like, so baby, how do you budget for a trip to the supermarket? And Greg is like, the fuck is a budget?
Do I have a budget right now? Really? If I just see something I like, I just buy it?
And Joan is like, oh, okay, so we need something called a plan where we make something called a budget so that we can do something called saving money. And Greg is like, yeah, great, totally, #1 priority.
You know, I declined that state job.
You did?
I'm sorry, what now?
They wanted to give me the job, and I decided not to take it.
You turned down a New York State Department job?
Civil service, yes.
Even Lucille is like, is you dumb?
Is it a good idea for you to turn down a staple job with your fiancé coming?
I mean, in reality, probably not.
Joan is obviously not happy to hear this, and all Greg has to say is, I'm so sorry, baby, I love you.
I don't see the reason you had to decline that job.
I'm sorry. I love you.
Cool. Loving her is not gonna pay you a salary, okay? It is not going to give you guys health insurance, and it sure as hell is not going to get you into your own home. Joan is like, why the fuck did you say no to a steady income? And Greg has the dumbest answer, and if I were Joan, I would have left him.
I don't know, were you coming and everything? I just wanted to be able to spend time with you.
He goes on to defend his choice by saying that there are going to be plenty of other opportunities in the future, and he wasn't even gonna like the job anyway.
You know, and it's not necessarily something I was really passionate about. I think I would have been kind of like not miserable going to work. I just wouldn't have enjoyed it. It just wasn't what I wanted to do.
Sir, you are currently a freelance plumber, okay? And just to clarify, I am not ragging on plumbing as a profession, okay? I am ragging on Greg for doing it on a freelance basis. If he worked for a plumbing company or if he owned his own plumbing company, like that would be great. But he's not, okay? He is just unclogging his friends' toilets every other Tuesday when they take a fat shit for 20 bucks.
Okay, crying.
Do not tell her not to cry, okay? She gave up everything to come here and be with you, and you just told her that she is not worth any effort. Joan looks at him and she's like, I love you, but I do not want to be homeless. And Greg is over here and he's like, oh my God, I would never let that happen.
I'm telling you right now, I'll do whatever it takes to make sure that there's always food on the table.
I don't think you know what that means, Gregory. You just told her that you do not want to do the most basic thing to put food on the table.
The pressure is tremendous. Trying to keep it all together, it's pretty hard.
You want to know what would alleviate the pressure a little bit? A job! Let's check in with Stevie and Mahdi. The two have finally made it back to Stevie's house. Stevie knows Mississippi is not going to compare to a big city, but she really hopes Mahdi can feel at home in her house, filled with terrible paintings, all of boobs.
I see boobs everywhere, like boobs, 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 boobs.
Mahdi is incredibly uncomfortable being surrounded by boobs because if you don't know, corn is illegal in Iran.
Coming from a country that if you have a naked girl picture, you might be able to get arrested, it's really hard to see that your house is full of boob pictures.
Then Mahdi meets her cat and he does not love it.
She's here. Promise it's clean.
Yes. What do you think?
Can we be honest? I have to wash my hands.
Apparently, cats are not really seen as pets in Iran, and Mahdi's mom has always said, do not touch cats because you will get diseases from them, and Mahdi is very freaked out by this thing.
Living with them is something else. It doesn't feel clean to me.
Mahdi gets ready for bed, and lucky for him, there are more booby paintings in the bedroom. And he's like, okay, this is way too many boobs. And he tells us that he has always wondered if Stevie was actually into girls.
If Stevie tells me that she's bisexual or something like that, honestly, I think she's gonna lose my trust.
I personally do not really know why your partner coming out as bi is such a big deal. Like if my partner came out to me as bi, I'd be like, okay, if you're not breaking up with me to date a dude, then I don't know, my life hasn't changed in any way. I mean, if anything, like, maybe we could try bringing in another dude into the bedroom, you know? Like, I mean, I've never been interested in having a threesome, but I'm 35. Maybe I'll do the second half of my life kinky. I don't know. It's a new day, and Stevie's going to show Mahdi his new stomping grounds before they meet up with her dad for dinner, and she's pretty nervous because her dad has, well, let's just say her dad has some views about people who look like Mahdi.
I know that my dad loves all people. My dad, about Iran, they automatically assume like terrorists.
Oh, baby girl, I hate to break it to you. Your daddy don't love everybody, okay? He just doesn't.
I am really hopeful that dad can make Maddie feel like part of the family because I know right now Maddie is pretty homesick.
Yes, I am sure the man who thinks everyone from Iran is a terrorist will make Mahdi feel right at home. So halfway through the town tour, Stevie's like, so you remember how I told you that my dad knows all about you? I lied.
I hadn't told Dad anything about you yet.
Nothing? Like who I am?
To be fair, I thought I had more time.
You had a year.
Mahdi is obviously confused as to how Stevie did not tell her dad anything about a man that she is planning on marrying. And Stevie's like, I know I should have told him sooner, but I just didn't know if he was gonna accept you, you know? I just think it's funny how she was like, if you were 100% sure about me, you wouldn't be feeling so homesick, but she wants him to believe she's 100% about him when she didn't tell her dad about his existence until like yesterday.
Not only did she lie to me, she also lied to her dad. I'm really uneasy about starting my life in America on the foundation of lies.
Mahdi was super excited to meet her dad, but now he's terrified.
I don't know, it feels like I have only one meeting to just make him feel good about me.
Let's check in with Amani and Matt. The pair put on their masks and hit the streets to find their lady love. They are like, oof, being in masks is so sexy and mysterious.
With all the people dressed up, it seems like somehow they're dressed up for us.
They're here to make this chase fun.
So Ani invited them out because she really wanted to give them a taste of something from her culture, which is great because if she hadn't taken that initiative, Amani would not have known that Dia de los Muertos is not Mexican Halloween. The lovers finally find each other, they smooch, they hug, and everyone watching around them is very confused at what their relationship is.
I miss you. I miss you. I miss you.
They go around enjoying the festivities, and they're telling everyone they can that they're here from America to celebrate with their girlfriend, and yes, they are both dating her because they're a throuple, and no, it's not entirely sexual, okay?
People can't just envision anything romantic with number 3. It's very sexualized.
Amani goes on about how being long distance sucks and how she really doesn't like being in a position where she has to feel like a bad mother because she's got to leave her kids to come see Ani, and she really just wants Ani to be in America.
Constantly choosing between your kids and then the person that you love, and you just want to stop choosing.
I will say that them having kids really complicates the situation because you are leaving them for weeks at a time to meet their potential new mommy. And then if y'all get married, you have to integrate both of your families. Her kids have to adjust to American life. And then there's the potential of your kids getting bullied or ostracized because you guys are in a very unconventional family dynamic. Like, there's just a lot of ways that this could be very, very messy.
It's so hard already to find your person, let alone find the third person. So there's so much to lose.
And that, my Panda Pals, is all I have for you today. Next episode, we will get to see Mahdi meet up with Stevie's dad, and I really hope it goes well, but I just have a feeling that it won't.
He's nervous.
You should be. Is he gonna make you wear a jihad?
And we'll also get to see Amani be pissed as hell that Matt made the Beast with Two Backs with Ani, his girlfriend, and the girl that Amani brought into their marriage for the both of them to sleep with.
When just live, he had sex with me.
I figured as long as we were all there that it was okay. But Amani's pissed.
I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, give this video a big thumbs up, and let me know down in the comments what you thought of this one. I hope to see you for part 2, and as always, thanks for not letting me ride this train wreck alone. Bye!